This video is sponsored by NewType. They have the largest selection of Gunplas, other hobby kits, tools, and everything you need to start building or customizing your own Gunpla. So use the link in the description and go check them out. I'm serious, guys. What's up, guys? This is Justin from Studio G, and here I am ready to unveil to you guys the ultimate studio that I have been building and planning for hours and days. And also at the end of the video, I'll be revealing my next project. So please make sure that you watch till the end. Let's do this. First of all, I'm from Malaysia, but currently I'm living in the Philippines, and since the COVID situation is not changing, it's not getting better, so I've decided to stay even longer and do something about my house and also my work studio. Before anything else, let's talk a little bit about my previous studio. It was cramped, it was disorganized, and it was a little bit hard to look for things here and there. In addition, I always run into problems where bits of my studio always show up at the end of my video shooting moment in the background, and then I just try to keep everything black and nice and clean, but that is not happening due to the light that I'm having, and also I do not have enough space for camera movements. Plus, my top view camera rig is not stable enough, and that has been really annoying. To improve the studio, first of all, I gotta improve the lighting, and that's why I invested in the Godox SL60W, attached to a 90cm octagon softbox, plus a honeycomb to avoid any light spilling into the background. So that has improved. To avoid using a tripod, which will take up floor space and it will collect a lot of dust and stuff like that, I've installed metal bracings on the ceiling. Now I can attach the Godox SL60W light straight onto the metal bracing, as well as adding on a track spotlight and also the vertical top view camera mounting, which was done by disassembling a tripod and then clamping it with mounts and stuff like that, and now it's firmly attached to the ceiling. Again, this is a massive improvement to the studio, and I've saved tons of floor space by not using tripods. Next to improve is storage. My studio is only 5 feet long times 3 feet wide, so it's not big at all. So I had to think of a better way to improve the storage situation. I always keep everything in boxes in my previous studio setup, and that has created quite a lot of problems. First, stacked boxes aren't really the best to reach and take, and sometimes when you're trying to reach for the bottom one, you will have something fall on you, and I have that happen to me multiple times already. Second, without labeling, and it's impossible to label every single thing, it's really hard to find something that you seldom use that you just need it at that moment. Oftentimes I would find myself looking for a specific tool or a specific part of a Gundam or a Gunpla or anything, and I spend quite a lot of time looking for stuff. To improve the situation, I built myself a 3-tier 6 drawers plus a holding shelf. I have quite a lot of boxes that I bought from Japan home centers, and they have a lid and a bottom, but I decided to use them both to double up my storage space. The containers are for short-term storage, and they store my most used tools and parts. For example, like the scriber, the knives, the holders, tweezers, drills, pens, pencils, and LED stuff. The drawer next to my seat contains only empty dividers, and they will be used to store my current used tools whenever I'm working on a project, as well as the parts for Gunpla. So having them beside me is really easy for me to access tools and use it straight away, and the drawers will probably be kept open most of the time. The one next to it will be storing those miscellaneous stuff that I use as well, like controllers, batteries, some other stuff, additional sanding tools and stuff like that. The second tiers of the drawers are dedicated for paint short-term storage. For example, my skewers, my airbrushes, respirators, cotton buds, brushes, as well as G-Paint. Now, speaking of G-Paint, I have an announcement to make. G-Paint is now available locally in 18 countries and more, like the USA, Canada, Netherlands, Spain, France, UK, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, as well as the Philippines. The new G-Paint is now primerless and scratch resistant, and it comes with a lot more features to help you paint better and to help you save time and paint without hassle. So find out more about G-Paint and where to buy them on studiog.yt. Now back to the video. The last tiers of the drawers are for even more tools, like tools from Display, Gunpla, Matworks, and some other brands as well. Other than tools, they are also for my camera and tech stuff. For example, like mini tripods, LED lights, lamps, mics, stuff like that. These drawers are deeper by design because they won't be open as often because they are dedicated long-term storages for those stuff that is important for me. So I don't mind if things are a little bit messy inside. I can always spend a little bit more time searching for the stuff. That's why they are designed to be a little bit deeper. It's organized chaos. Now on the left side of the studio is where I store all my long-term supplies. For example, supplies for diorama, supplies for paint, my old mixes, primers, stuff that I don't really use that often. And obviously they are all in boxes right now, so they are not really optimized yet. Maybe I'll be building drawers for them in the future. For now, they are just boxes stacked on top of each other, just like how it used to on an open shelf. So nothing really special about that. Now let's talk about paint booths. Previously, I used a transparent 30-liter, like those mega storage boxes that is semi-transparent, and then I cut a hole in the middle and just put a vacuum with the flexible aluminum hose to hose out the paint fumes out from the studio. Now here's the problem. It's bulky, it's unstable, it's a little bit wobbly, and I don't use them every day. But they are there every single day, so I gotta improve the situation. To solve this, I made a hole in the wall while renovating the house for the exhaust fan. So this way, I can install the exhaust fan straight onto the wall, and then to have a booth, I made a collapsible box out of plywood. So now I can easily open it when I'm painting and close it off when I'm not painting. So you wouldn't even notice it that it's there. The construction of the paint booth is really not that complicated. It's just one on the top, two on both sides, and then a table that flip up. And the rest of it is held on using hinges. It's that easy, and they interlock each other using gravity. I purposely made the left side of the booth a little bit shorter than it's supposed to be because I'm a right-hander. I hold my airbrush on the right and my skewers and my parts on the left, so I'll be moving constantly. There's a lot of movement on the left side of the paint booth, so I made it shorter for easy access. And also I shoot from the left as well when I'm painting, so that allows a broader camera view basically. And now for my main workstation, my worktop. For the worktop itself, I use a 3/4 inch plywood. I chose a really nice plywood with a very good, beautiful surface. Stain them, basically cut 2x2s into legs and mount the rest of it onto the wall itself using very long screws, and they are really stable. I've also installed a LED strip underneath the table itself to help me see better, to help me look for things under the table, and it's really helpful when you have light and you have some part that fell under your table. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. I've also strapped a power extension cord on the legs as well as my chargers for my camera right there for easy access. Under the table is where I store my cameras and my most important gears, and to keep them dry, I use a dry box. Really nothing special about it, and underneath the table is still a mess. I still gotta sort out all the junks and stuff like that, and probably build myself a leg rest as well, because currently the leg is really not ergonomic and it's really uncomfortable as well. Is the studio complete? No, not at all, because I'm evolving and I'm improving my workflow as well as I go. And whatever I'm having right now is really different from Studio 1.0, Studio 2.0. So with this 3.0, I have finally kind of finalized my workflow. I understand how I work, and I'm just trying to keep on improving myself. And also, with this said, I also want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has followed me along the journey. Thank you guys so much. Without you guys, I really couldn't be where I am right now. 200K, man. And now for the review for my next project. It's not the Psy Gundam, guys. It's the MG Barbatos with the expansion pack. I know, I have quite a lot of pending projects like the Suzabi, like the Psy Gundam that I haven't do yet, as well as some commissions, but you know what, I'm a YouTuber and I need views. Those videos aren't as popular as the other videos, so I gotta do what I gotta do. So forgive me, and you know what? Barbatos is literally my favorite next to the GM Sniper 2, and I'm really excited to get started on this project. So what do you think of my new studio? And also, would you guys like to see the entire house itself after renovation? Because I was very involved in the renovations and stuff like that. And also I built all the furnitures in the house as well, from plywood and wood and stuff. Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the channel, and don't forget to like the video. Let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.